Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 5 of our Nagaoka campaign, the one in which we are forced to defend North Shinano from a force of Kofu attackers, as we can see here. Kōmei, the angry bastard he is, the cone-headed motherfucker that he is going to try to defend the city against a larger force of Kofu attackers, led by Kato Kakashigi, the daimyo of Kofu, and then of course his son is also there, Kokushi Michinari, and they've got a huge host of 4,800 men with them as well, and it appears that the large majority of those men are actually riflemen, which is both a blessing and a curse to us, because right now our advantage is that we are defending from walls. Our riflemen are extremely deadly from those walls. The only thing that can remove that advantage from us is A, melee attackers such as spearmen climbing those walls and immediately engaging my units, not letting them getting any shots off or whatever. And B is people shooting back, and, well, all these riflemen are going to be shooting back. Of course, we do have the advantage still in that we are behind cover firing down, as opposed to these guys out in the open firing up. But, I mean, I'm more worried about their melee units closing the gap and removing our firing advantage from cover. That's really what I'm worried about. But anyway, we may as well just jump in on this battle and hope that Kōmei can pull it out of the bag. Let's see if he can do it. Okay, so to begin, I've got my units in 2 groupings, just so that I can deploy my units depending on how the enemy has deployed. And we can see here that they've got a moderate amount of missile infantry on the western side of our fortress. They've got more, well, no, it's spear levy actually on the northeastern corner, and then due east they've got the large majority of their forces, which appears to be mostly levy infantry. So what we're going to do is concentrate on the northeastern side of the wall. We're actually going to place maybe 2 units of levy infantry on this side just to deter these attackers, like so. And then the rest should deploy pretty quickly along the walls here. We're losing precious time, though, as I have to deploy my forces. Unfortunately, we don't actually get line of sight on the enemy before the battle is declared, unfortunately for us. My spears also are going to set up some battle lines inside the walls just in case the enemy decides to scale them. I forgot that we also get towers. These archery towers, I'm not sure how decisive they are. Will they do a lot of damage? Are they worthwhile defending, perhaps? I'm not sure. Looks like we're actually going to have to concentrate all our good units on this flank here, because that appears to be where their levy spearmen are coming from, and we want to shoot as many of those spearmen down before they get to our walls. We actually have quite high walls in the center on the north side, as well as the south side, actually. It's the easternmost and westernmost parts of the wall that are actually the lowest, which isn't the greatest. But I'm actually going to set up a secondary line of garrison infantry here, so that when they begin to scale up, we can fall back and then fire on those that decide to climb up. We're beginning to fire down on these spear levy, etc. Looks like the Yarikachi is charging the gate. The Matchlockachi and the levy infantry are also charging this gate as well. But unfortunately it looks... oh no, there they go, they're firing. And they're not hitting a whole lot right now. See, here comes the deadly part. The wall scaling. You can see that these spear levy are actually just falling. 50 of them have already fallen, and they still haven't even reached the wall, and they haven't scaled it. But you know what? They have enough men that they might be able to pull it off. Our men are firing as frantically as possible, and look, these Yarikachi are already at the walls, and they've actually hit a point in the wall where I actually have to move 2 units to avoid combat. So I'm going to move in with my own unit of Yarikachi, actually. I'm going to set these guys to kneel fire, and they're going to fire at will. Maybe my levy infantry can see some of these guys off before they scale the wall, but we're actually going to draw a secondary line as well, and we can break them once they reach the top. See, this unit is already broken, but we have 2 more units to contend with. Okay, the Yarikachi are now on top of my walls, and that's not the greatest. My levy infantry are not running on this side. We're receiving fire and we have lost 20 men, but perhaps the enemy is losing more men. I can't really tell right now. I don't want to focus too much on it, as I want to focus on the task at hand, which is defeating the spear levy that are now on my walls. These garrison infantry are going to fire at those spear levy. This unit is going to actually not intervene because we've got some levy infantry ready to do some damage there. They're going to start firing. It looks like my Yarikachi are actually receiving quite a bit of damage from these men. I don't know who my line infantry are firing at. Oh, they're actually firing at my own units, which is great. This unit of levy infantry isn't doing shit. It looks like they're not in formation. Oh, there they go. They're charging towards these spear levy. Not the greatest, actually. It's got to be said. That could have been better, potentially. My own spear levy garrison are not going to get mixed up in that combat yet because we're going to wait for the enemy to engage, I suppose. I'm going to try to pull back my levy infantry there, let my spear levy take care of it. Look at that, this unit is already wavering. My garrison infantry is firing at perhaps this unit. It's shattered. We shattered that unit already. Looks like my Yarikachi are not doing the best at holding these guys off, unfortunately for us. It could be better, but I don't know who my men are firing at. Let's remove my Yarikachi from the line of fire and hope that my levy infantry do the job. Actually, my levy infantry here is going to go into kneel fire mode once they are able. My samurai refuse to flee the combat. There we go. They are now running. I want my Yarikachi to disengage, and I want... Oh my god, we just shot those levy infantry point blank, but I want my line infantry to shoot their Yarikachi, because that is their most deadly unit on my walls right now. This levy infantry, spear levy rather, is going to get torn to shreds by my levy infantry once they form up. Holy shit, there we go. This unit of levy infantry has charged my line infantry, and we're going to engage with some melee units, because those melee units will tear apart oh shit, look at that, we just destroyed those spear levy. Now we can reform on the walls, actually, and just begin firing down on the flanks of these men here. These spear levy are going to come around the flank, like so, if I can get them to. There we go. We really want to get all of our spearmen engaged in this combat, if possible. Maybe my line infantry will be able to fire into the combat, but it's not likely. On this side of the battlefield, we broke unit of levy infantry, and now it's just a unit of matchlock Kichi and another unit of levy infantry, and our two units are actually not doing too bad at all. We've lost 60 men from one unit, and that's about it. Okay, we've got 2 additional units of levy infantry behind my unit of line infantry. All of my spear units are now pretty much engaged in this combat, and we're beginning to break some of these levy infantrymen, which is wonderful. Once we break this last unit, I think, which is still at 200 men, we might be able to pull back, but I doubt it. Oh my god, my levy infantry are firing as well. We're going to put them into kneel fire position. My line infantry, though, I'm not sure what they're firing at because all my spearmen are in the way. This levy garrison infantry unit is being torn apart by this levy unit, unfortunately, because the unit is too big to garrison the walls without being in contact with the enemy. How's this? Is that better? Yeah, if we position the unit there, they can then fire up on the flanks of the enemy. My spear infantry, though, are tearing these levy infantry apart. Holy shit. They're just killing them immensely. My Yarikachi are down to fucking 90 men. My spear units, not doing so hot. This unit is down to 50 men. I'm going to pull out these 2 units because they are not actually garrison units, and they won't really recoup losses as quickly. No, my mistake, actually. This is Shogun 2, where units automatically replenish. I'm thinking of Medieval 2, where you can't replenish units. But, I mean, the garrison units replenish separately from your field armies, so I suppose it really does matter in an essence. But there we go. Our tower is actually being capped by these levy infantry because they charged there, and holy crap, we're going to cap it back with our spear levy. This unit is going to actually pull back because I want my line infantry to do some damage to these fucking enemy levies. There we go. we're beginning to fire into the mass of enemy infantry, and they're falling. They're falling quite quickly. Holy shit. This unit here, it's pretty much routed everyone on that flank. I'm going to switch out this unit, actually, and put this one in its place, just to keep the losses, you know, minimal. Maybe I'll charge with my spear levy as well, just to rout these assholes. There we go. These two units gonna pull back a bit, I believe. There we are. These Yarikachi as well. My garrison infantry is not in guard mode, unfortunately, and now they're being charged by some spear levy, which is not great. Our own spear levy is going to have to run into charge, but it looks like these guys are wavering already, so maybe we can break them quite easily. It's because they're taking a huge amount of rifle fire. They're eating some lead sandwiches with zest. Now these levy infantry are firing at the enemy infantry on the flank. Oh my god, the enemy general has actually dismounted, and now they're scaling my walls, and I'm hoping that my garrison infantry will shoot them down. If only I could redraw the lines, but unfortunately they're in kneel fire mode, which means that we're going to have difficulty doing so. This unit of levy infantry may as well garrison that wall there. There we go. Okay, hopefully we can fire upon some of these units before shit gets hairy. These levy infantry are charging wildly across this massive killing field, and I don't think they even see it coming, but here it is. Boom, we've opened their eyes to the mass destruction that awaits. They're just kind of careening past my front lines. Oh my god, I want my line infantry to fire at the general. That would be fantastic. If we could just shoot down the general right now. No, it's not going to happen. They've actually made contact with our lines, and they're going to tear our men apart. So I'm going to commit all of my spear units, actually. There we go. Try to pull out my garrison infantry. Maybe even get my fucking general involved. Kawai is going to make it freaky any second now. He's going to come out wearing like a bikini or something. I don't know. He's quite weird that way. My general has now charged into the lines and ranks of the enemy. They still have so much fucking infantry. They just haven't committed it to the force. If I could kill the general, though, that would be an immense boon. Maybe the enemy would even break. That would be great. My two strong units of levy infantry, spear levy, my mistake. Just so much levy going on. I'm very confused. My two strong units of spear levy are actually being tied down and bogged down in this massive infantry battle on the west side of my fortress. My general is doing quite a lot of damage, actually. Holy cow. He's got to rally his men, though, because it appears that these spear levy units are actually routing, and that's because there's only 30 men to a unit. These men are firing into the rears of our own men. These guys are not firing at all, which is quite weird, and we haven't actually killed the general at all. But we're only being charged by the general and levy infantry now, which are units very weak in melee. So I think we've got this battle in the bag. We just have to either shoot them down or cut them down, which is... really, it's your own choice. Your own choice. Looks like both generals are wavering, though. And we have broken one general already. So I'm going to pull out my very own general, let my spear levy take the brunt of this. Holy shit, these levy infantry are just coming and breaking as soon as they arrive. I don't know where my line infantry has gone. Oh, there they are. Okay, we're going to reform the line like so. I've got units on the walls, but they're not actually firing, which is weird. But I will redraw my lines like so. There we go. More guns to fire upon the enemy. These guys are now firing on this levy infantry climbing the walls. My garrison infantry is going to tear apart the levy infantry climbing and scaling the walls, and they're going to fire upon this unit that is wavering like so. There they go, they're firing, they've broken that unit, and now we can just get all of our levy and line infantry to focus fire on this massive infantry near our gate, and then we can charge down out of the gate with our general just to cut them all down. Look at that. We have utterly broken the army of Kofu. Now we just have to ride them down and cause as many casualties as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill as many of these assholes as possible, and I'll see you guys with the stats. Look at that. We actually defended North Shinano. Not too difficult at all. And I'm quite glad that we did, because we're going to have to garrison Echu a little bit, I think, before we can continue on. So this is really a saving grace. Apparently that was a close victory when I don't know, it seemed like a decisive victory to me. I think Kōmei alone killed like 500 men. Yeah, the majority of that was when the enemy began fleeing. We just cut them down. Holy shit, my line infantry killed like 500 men as well, just with bullets and steel alone. But there you go, we defended fucking North Shinano from Kofu, and Kōmei is ecstatic. Oh shit, we have a mission success because we defeated an army or navy belonging to Kofu, and that has actually rewarded us with morale and recruitment capacity, which is wonderful. Once again, we have received a threat of attack from Numata, or rather, the potential threat of attack from Numata. Someone's been like, oh, it looks like Numata's going to attack you, which is true. They are most likely forming up to attack. I mean, look at this. They've got a massive army forming on our borders. That is never a good sign. The armies of Kofu are utterly annihilated. We killed the son of Kaito here, and oh shit, Fuki. The Fuki have been destroyed, unfortunately. And Kaito looks so downtrodden, he may as well. He's probably going to kill himself. And I don't say that because he's Japanese, and the Japanese, of course, have a long, documented record of ritual suicide. No, it's because his name is Kaito, and the Romans have a long history of ritual suicide as well. And Kaito ended up killing himself. Okay, now, you know what? That was a bit of a weird connection, but you know what? We now have a port built in Echigo, and you know what? If you are looking for the most gruesome death known to man, read up on Kato's suicide. It is the grossest thing you will perhaps ever hear. But there we go. We have built a port, and holy shit, the koku has come flooding in. We are now reaping a profit of 1,100 koku per turn, but that's possibly as a result of Echu as well, where our daimyo Makino Tadayuki is now residing. And let's see, oh yeah, we only need 3 units before we can leave. So you know what, I'm going to leave 3 units of garrison infantry, or levy infantry I suppose is the name, and that nullifies the negative public order, and we can head back to Echigo and pick up our additional 2 units of line infantry that have just been recruited. So we've got 4 or 5 units of line infantry, and 1 unit of levy infantry as well. We nearly have an entire, I would say, battalion of line infantry. I like to play Fall of the Samurai with blocks, like units in blocks of 4. So 4 units of line infantry, I will group them, treat them as one larger unit, so it's, you know, a battalion of line infantry, and then squadrons of cavalry, etc., batteries of artillery, and I do the same thing in Empire and Napoleon, so that's my plan. I'm going to recruit 8 to 12 line infantry per army, and treat them as battalions, and you'll see what I mean later down the line. For now, we have to build an inn in North Shinano so that we can build some economic buildings. North Shinano itself, its army is not doing so hot. We have 4 spear units and 4 levy infantry, which is enough to defend, I believe, if the Numata decide to come and attack us. So we may as well just leave Kōmei boozing it up in North Shinano. But really, I'm getting the impression that Kōmei is a massive alcoholic. I mean, look at his face. That is the face of a man that sleeps at night with 2 or 3 shots of, I suppose it's sake that they would drink at this point. Maybe he imports some, like, whiskey from the States or something, or, I don't know, some gin from France. Is that a thing? French gin? I'm not sure. But you know what? We may as well end the turn and see what the Numata are going to do. I don't imagine they're going to do much, but I suppose we'll find out. And you know what? We may as well recruit another unit or 2 of line infantry from Echigo. Never mind. We can't afford it. Fuck. Yeah, we may as well end the turn. Holy crap. Actually, let's check our technology. 4 turns until we have researched arms deals. You know what? I had completely forgotten that our port will allow us to trade more, and the Obama have already stepped up to the plate, and they are going to trade with us. Look at this trade agreement. I can't actually tell how much it's going to bring, but we may as well make a counter offer. Perhaps they would pay us, like, I don't know, 100 koku just to trade with us. No, they're not interested. Okay, we'll just begin trade with these guys. There we are. We actually have quite a few trade partners. If we were to look at our diplomacy screen, we can see that we got like 8 trade partners, which is quite good right now. It's really unfortunate later on if those trade partners were to, those trade agreements were to break down. Another threat of attack, my goodness. For example, if you played Shogun 2, you know well about the realm divide, which pretty much turns every single other clan against you, basically destroying your trade. Oh shit, the Kofu have been destroyed. The Sunpu have marched in and destroyed the Kofu in Kai whilst they were away trying to conquer my own provinces, and that has to serve as a steady reminder that you don't fuck with people if you can't defend your own borders, basically. But we can actually trade with some more people as well. Maybe the Miyazu, because they are aligned with the shogunate, and, well, we can trade with them, I suppose. Let's see, who else can we trade with? Anyone we are allied with? I think we're trading with all of our allies already. Yeah, it appears that way. We can actually trade with the Sun... Oh shit, they are pro-shogun as well. We can trade with the Sunpu via a land route. They want a single payment of 70 koku, which we can more than afford. There we are. And we may as well trade with who is in our good books. Maybe the Hiyama, or sorry, the Matsume in the Hiyama province. Let's see, Matsume, very friendly. There we go. We may as well. Oh my God, they're massive. We may as well trade with these guys. Actually, they may bring the most value of all the clans just because they have a large realm. I would imagine so. We're going to trade with the Matsume via the sea. There we go. We're not even going to try to get gold out of them for the honor of trading with us. Oh my God, we can actually trade with the Kanazawa as well via the land. There we go. They want 180 koku. Let's bring that down to, like, I don't know, 100. Perhaps that's enough. No, they're not interested. Let's see. Let's offer a payment of 160. Okay, they're pleased with that. We are now trading. I think that's like one turn of trade with the Kanazawa is 160. Hard to say. Because it won't tell us the worth of the trade route. Anyway, we're trading with quite a few different clans. Nearly 10 now, I would say. And that is making us quite rich. We are making 1,700 koku per turn, meaning that we can now recruit an even larger military. Makino Tadayuki is going to disband this unit of levy garrison, and you know what? We're going to disband all of these traditional units as well, and recruit a bunch of line infantry. We're going to rely on line infantry and saber cavalry to bring the day, and we really have to rush for cannons. You know what, actually, I might supplement my forces with spears for the time being until we get cannons, but right now I've got 1 battalion of line infantry. I will inflate that to 2 battalions. Once I recruit how many units? 3, yes. We can recruit 1, 2, 3 units of... No, my mistake. We are once again too poor to actually recruit all those units. But there we go. Our army in North Shinano is recovering quite nicely. We are building. In Echigo, we can't actually build anything. We can build a financial district for 2,600 koku, which is a turn or 2 away, but that would, man, that would really increase our economic output in Echigo quite a lot. We've built a police station in Echu, and that will spread the pro-shogunate influence, which I don't think is a big deal because the Kanazawa are pro-shogun. I can't actually select this town. And I think the Takayama are as well. No, the Takayama are actually pro-emperor, which is why we have to convert them to our holy faith and enjoy and reap the benefits of a great alliance. We've also got a gambling den in Echu, and that's just fine for now. Our geisha is going to entertain the nobles in North Shinano for now. Maybe she can distract this army if they're to march against us, but that's like a turn or 2 away right now. We could save up for this silk factory as well. That would increase our wealth quite a bit. It will also increase our trade, which would be wonderful. But, you know what, we may as well let another turn slip through our fingers here. We're doing quite well so far. We've inflated our empire. Well, it's really a fledgling kingdom at this point. We've inflated our kingdom to 3 provinces. And possibly we're going to take Kosuke pretty quickly here. If the Numata declare war on us. I think the Numata are actually no, they're pro-Emperor. My mistake. We're going to have to take them over eventually. And we may as well try to goad them into it if we have the chance. We're not going to declare war. We're actually being quite peaceful so far. We haven't declared a single war, I don't think. It's all being declared on us, if I remember correctly. And we have just... we didn't start the wars, basically, but we finished them. Holy shit. Well, no, the Kofu were felled by another clan. I can't really take credit for that. Oh, man. Eager to serve. This is a dialogue in which we have the option to enlist another general for 1,000 koku, but we don't really need him right now, as we have Kawai, Makino Tadayuki, and his son, of course, in Echigo. That means we have 3 generals for 3 provinces. That's more than enough for now, so we will not enlist. There we go. We've recruited our line infantry in Echigo. Wonderful, and the Sendai have been destroyed. The Sendai being one of the larger clans, one of the playable clans, and they've already been destroyed, which is quite interesting. Echu is still on the brink of riot, it appears. But we have 2 more units of line infantry to form up with our main army. And an additional unit is required. Maybe we'll do some spear levy as well, just to pad out the force for now. Like I said, though, Iha is going to entertain the nobles of North Shinano for now, and perhaps make everyone happy there. Actually, I think, does she increase town wealth right now? If I remember correctly, eventually the geisha do get the ability to increase town growth, which is lovely. I tended to garrison my geishas in a lot of really nice, my more affluent provinces. I think what they do actually is they increase the tax rate, perhaps? I think they get a character effect. I can't remember at all, but you know what? This episode is nearly over. We're running out of time right now. Makino Tadayuki is going to march into North Shinano with a few more reinforcement units on the way, and then we could probably just march against the Numata right away. We can defeat, what is his name? Toki Fumio in the field, another Conehead, and then we can take Kosuke, because it is of course on our rail line that we will have to dominate at some point. I mean, we have the end of the line in Echu, and we've got it going through Echigo, and we may as well take Kosuke and Musashi and Sagami, etc. I would really like to prioritize railway provinces over anything else. Well, no, not anything else. Maybe resources would be good, but railway provinces are always really good. So we may as well try to take Kosuke. I think that's our future goal right off the bat here. The only thing is, it looks like they can march north easily and defeat us there. So you know what? We may as well get Makino Tadayuki actually to invade from the north. And if need be, Toki Fumio will head towards North Shinano, and then we can just defeat him there. He could always head past this field, though, and head back up Echigo, but that will take a lot of time, and we will have captured Kosuke before he tries to threaten Echigo. If you're not aware, in Fall of the Samurai, and Shogun 2 actually, if you capture a clan's last province, all of their armies and agents on the map just poof, disappear. It's kind of game-breaking. It's a little bit of an exploit. I miss that feature from Rome 2 in Shogun 2, but there's not much we can do about it now. So that's the plan. We'll march north down to Kosuke, and if he heads to North Shinano, we can get Kawai to head him off at the pass. And if he tries to head to North Shinano province and then turn about near Echigo, we will just capture Kosuke before he is able to do any damage. But there we go, guys. Thank you for watching the defense of North Shinano. It was quite a battle, I would say. Definitely led by myself, if I can toot my own trumpet, as it were. But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you guys next video. Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onif is holding a knife buried. What? Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onif is holding a knife buried deep in your ribs.